Expert Carrie Carbonaro. Thank you so much for coming in studio on this Labor Day. Really appreciate it. It's just me and you today. It's going to be fun. All right, let's take a quick look at those markets. So they are closed, obviously, today for the Labor Day holiday. Wall Street ending the week on Friday on a positive note. Okay, so let's go back to Friday. So the latest jobs report showing that the U.S. job market is continuing to cool. So, Carrie, what's the key takeaway from Friday's report, and what can it mean for interest rates moving forward?
So great. Happy about this. This is actually good news is bad news is good news when it comes to the Fed and jobs. So the unemployment went up. So it went up from 3.5 to 3.8 in August and from July, which is good news for the Fed because it means that their rate hikes, 11 rate hikes, have finally reached the job market, which means we may be finished with these rate hikes, which is really good news for people who are feeling the pinch of 22-year highs in the rates. However, it's bad for consumers who are going to be looking for jobs. So that's why I mean good news is bad news.
Yeah. Well, I was reading that September they may not hike the interest rates, but then come November they might. Are you hearing the same thing?
So honestly, we don't have enough data yet. They keep leaving it open, saying we're not sure, we'll see, we'll wait and see. But we already know that inflation has come down and it's already moderating. So now the fact that it's hit the job market, this is good news for the Fed not raising interest rates anymore.
Finally, we're seeing it.
We hope.
Hopefully. Let's talk the housing market, which has pretty much stalled with high prices, high interest rates. Now, to combat that, more and more unmarried couples are making the decision to buy a house together. I mean, Carrie, this is a big purchase to go in on someone you're not technically linked officially with on paper. So what advice do you have for people in this position to protect themselves?
Yes, so really important. This, believe it or not, this segment is now 18% of the new home buyers are now unmarried couples pooling their resources and buying homes together, which it does make sense from, 1 + 1 = 2. It's a super expensive thing to buy a house and you need 2 incomes and 2 down payments. And the problem is when you're not married, you don't have the same legal protections when you buy a house together. If one of you leaves and then you can't afford the mortgage, or one of you is not on the mortgage and one of you is not on the title, there's a lot of little murkiness that goes on here, and you want to protect yourself and you want to protect your investment. So my suggestion is, if you are going to do this, I want you to go to an attorney, make sure you title it correctly, and make sure that you have legal protections that you don't have when you're married, when you're buying a big asset like this.
Would you recommend people doing this? Is this a good idea?
Well, it is good if you do it correctly and you do it right and you have your legal protections, you have it titled correctly, and you make sure that you have a legal agreement if something happens and you guys get divorced. Not divorce.
Break up.
Split up.
Yeah.
Split up.
Yeah, it's not so romantic, but you have to protect yourself, honestly. Okay, so speaking of homes, is the work from home era coming to an end? We have firms like Meta, Amazon, Goldman Sachs. They're all now ordering their employees back to the office. Amazon, Meta, they've all sent out these massive emails that said, come back to work, or you may be finding another job. So, Carrie, what's really changed? Why are these companies really now forcing people to come on?
Yes, it is absolutely back to work or else. It is the days of work from home remotely 100%, I think, are over. It's really interesting. Zoom, which is, the poster child for the work at home era, is now saying you have to be back in the office 2 days a week. Meta, and Amazon are saying 3 days a week you must be back in the office or find a new job. Productivity is down.
Yes.
So these companies really want to get people back in the office. And you know what? I'm Generation X. We loved going into the office. That's how you got promoted. That's how you got FaceTime with the bosses.
Yes.
That's how you got all this great collaboration. And, it needs to come back. And at least you're still getting a couple of days from home. I think the hybrid is here to stay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, come back to work.
Yeah.
Like you said, the productivity, you're just sitting at home, you've got the TV, you've got the dog, you've got the kids. Come on back to work, everybody.
Yes.
Tesla has once again slashed prices, and not everyone is too happy about it. Carrie, you would think this would be a good thing, but Elon Musk is taking a chance with losing customer approval on this one.
Absolutely. So he has been slashing prices, as you know, all year on all different models. But the latest to hit have been his super high-end models. And he put a price tag cut $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So some of these long-term customers are now saying never again Tesla, because they bought it on Monday, and by Friday, they were down $40,000. Right. I mean, you know, when you drive a new car, you lose value, but that kind of value is a big sticker shock for people, and it's not good for the people who just bought. However, the people who want to buy, it is good for. So he's willing to, you know, risk losing some customers to gain new customers, and he wants market share.
That's true. Only the new customers are winning in this one right now.
Yes.
So, you know, people, they love their Costco. Now, the wholesaler has a new item that Costco fans are trying to get their hands on, and it's blowing up all over social media. Carrie, why are people going crazy over this Costco sweatshirt?
I do not know. It's $12.97. Maybe it's the price. People are saying it's like a cult classic. You have to have it. It's got these crazy logos all over it, and it's selling out everywhere. But, you know, you never know what's going to hit with Costco. Costco has all those crazy treasure hunts, and, you know, whatever people like, people love Costco. So people need to have this sweatshirt. People are saying, I need to have this sweatshirt. So now they're like bidding them up, and they're trying to get them, and it's bringing people into the stores and bringing them online. So Costco's always doing something right.
I mean, it's good for Costco, but social media can make people go crazy over the most ridiculous things. I'm sorry, that's just a sweatshirt.
I know.
But if Costco is benefiting from it, good for them. Carrie Collier, thank you so much for coming in. It was a whole lot of fun today.
Thank you.
All right, up next, more than 6 months since the East Palestine train derailment, and President Biden still has not visited the area. So we are joined by East Palestine residents Tammy and Rick Che. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up America.